seventh great grandmother came here with her 3 children in 1785. Her husband was killed in the conflict in Charleston, South Carolina.
In the Liberation War in the United States.
Revolutionary War.
Revolutionary War.
And so they came here, and the property where my house is has been in our family ever since then.
Fantastic.
It's some of our people during that exodus. They went to, some came here, some went to Bermuda, some went to Canada because they were British.
Yeah. So from what I understand, after the Revolutionary War, some went back to England, some went to Bermuda, but how many settlers came here together with your grandmother?
I don't know the exact number, but it wasn't very many because people had been here before. They were at what is now known as Treasure Key.
Yeah.
Then they moved from there into Marsh Harbor, and they had visions of growing their sisal to make rope, pineapples, and cotton. And I have a cotton tree in my yard that dates back to that.
Wow.
But they found that the soil in the Bahamas is not very thick.
No.
And so people were already there. So when the next wave of people came, which included my grandmother, they brought them to Hopetown, some went to Man o' War, and places like that, because they said you can feed yourself from the ocean, because fish and crawfish and conch and lobster and all of that was so plentiful.
And an odd ship crashing on the reef and
they,
feeding you a little
bit. My family was good. They would put false lights where the boats had run.
That's what we were talking about last night. Yeah, right.
So I'm guilty of some of that.
Yeah.
The only thing they didn't steal was trains, because there wasn't any.
Yeah. But this is in many ways where we come from, southern Norway. It's a little bit the same story, where you had kind of a permit to be well, I wouldn't say a pirate, but you
take what you found. Yeah.
Possessed, if there was a ship going, it was in a way yours. You know?
Yes. Well,
and it was the same way in Norway that how people kind of survived on the coast.
Yes. Well, there's right off of Man o' War. I've been there diving, and you can still see cannons there from a boat called the Adirondack.
Oh.
In those days, the boats had no engines.
Yeah.
So the wind would